India is facing the ballot. Now you must be wondering, why is this important? Well, India is the world's largest democracy. It's also projected to become the world's largest country in terms of population by 2020. Its economy is projected to grow and become the third largest economy in the world by 2030. And to top it up, it's a nuclear power. Now, these are just some few factors that make it a key player in world politics. Now, before we go any further, let's have a quick look at the two largest political leaders. The incumbent Prime Minister Narendra Modi is from the BJP party, a Hindu nationalist party. Now, the party is pro-business. Rahul Gandhi is the candidate of the Congress party, and the party is socially democratic with policies such as minimum income for everyone. To get a better picture of this election, I'm now joined by Hridayesh Joshi. He's a senior editor at NDTV, which is one of India's largest news networks, and he's also an author. Hridayesh, welcome.
Thank you very much, Wanjiku, if I correctly pronounce your name.
Yes, you did. How big are these elections?
See, I mean, you have to understand India is a vast country. It's the seventh biggest country in terms of area, but it is the second biggest country in terms of population. So this you will understand how big is the election if you take the number of voters who will go out to vote. 900 million people will go out to exercise their right. So it makes around 10 times the population of Germany. And it becomes more important and somewhat difficult for the election machinery because a large part of India is dominated by the insurgents, be it internal problem with the Maoist insurgency, the left-wing extremism, or in the bordering areas like Jammu and Kashmir, or in the northeast area where another kind of insurgency is happening. So it's different kind of problems with it. But it's great to tell you that this has been happening very successfully for last so many years, and every time it would be a success to conduct the election at such a phenomenal scale.
And indeed, the elections are huge, which comes with implication. Now, India is a nuclear power, and we've seen the country flexing its military ability with its neighbor Pakistan. How would this election influence regional relations?
See, you will have to look at it like this. India is a military power, and India also knows that Pakistan is also a military power. So in South Asia, this balance is there because of both the countries having the nuclear warheads. No sane mind will try or even think of exercising this nuclear weapon. So, but these work as a deterrent. But since India is going, for the parliamentary election, and our Prime Minister, has taken a very hard line against Pakistan, definitely this has given an edge to the ruling party because, this idea of, showing yourself as a superpower and your military power definitely clicks with the voters. So I think India has done the air strike on Pakistan in retaliation of the Jawans, those were killed in Jammu and Kashmir. So that is definitely going to give an edge to the ruling party. And this can be, critical for these elections.
And speaking of the ruling party, the incumbent Prime Minister Modi has been promising a lot. Let's take a look at his vision.
एक नए भारत का सपना देखा है, एक ऐसा नया भारत जो विश्व में सबसे साफ और भ्रष्टाचार मुक्त लोकतंत्र के रूप में सम्मानित होगा। एक ऐसा नया भारत जहां हर व्यक्ति को मूलभूत सुविधाएं उपलब्ध होगी। एक ऐसा नया भारत जहां हर एक व्यक्ति स्वस्थ, सुरक्षित और शिक्षित होगा।
And some of the things have changed in his first term in office, but unemployment is still a pressing issue. So how does unemployment in India affect other countries?
See, if you look at India is growing, and India is India's A large number of people have come out of poverty in last 20, 30 years. But still, it's, I won't call, 30% of humanity still lives below poverty line. So, and jobs are really a problem because resources are less and the population pressure is very high. So, what every government, successive government, they have been during the election campaign, they have been promising about job creation and providing jobs. But that's not easy. When you come to power, you see that this is actually not easy to do that. So when Narendra Modi, the prime minister who was last time was a challenger, he was challenging the incumbent government that when he comes to power, he will give phenomenal number of jobs every year, and some people say around 10 million jobs, some people say 20 million job every year. But now his critiques and the opposition party are targeting him for not providing those many jobs. However, the ruling party counters it by saying that though they may not have provided direct job, but they have provided job opportunities by easy loans and kind of different government schemes. So this kind of war of words happening in India. But I would like to tell you some facts. Recent reports by National Sample Survey, which works under India's ministry, it's a government body. One of its report was not published by government; it was suppressed by the government. But its report leaked out, and in newspapers, it told us that India's unemployment is highest in last 45 years. So that was a very embarrassing, a report for government. So the problem of unemployment is there. Whoever comes to power, Narendra Modi, the present prime minister, and his party, Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP, if it repeats, or the challenging principal opposition parties, they come to power, job creation will remain a problem for them.
And the main opposition Congress Party has proposed a basic income of $1,046. And you're saying job creation is already a problem. So how can they be able to accomplish this huge task?
As I told you, the large number of people in India, they live below poverty line. They cannot, you can't leave them like that. So in 2004 also, when Congress Party, which is now in opposition, when it was trying to come back to power, they promised 100 days employment to every rural, one person at least from every rural household. So Rahul Gandhi, who is the same from the same political party, now heading the party, he has taken the same line, same socialist line, saying that now I will give you the income, minimum income, because he know that there is farm distress, farmers are in problem, the laborers are in problem. People who live, who are poor, who live below poverty line, they are really toiling very hard. So what he is trying to say that I will give you relief, please vote for us.
India's carbon emissions have increased tremendously. In 1960, we started at 121,000 kilotons. In 1980, it nearly tripled. In 2000, it reached 1 million kilotons. And in 2014, it more than doubled. What is the stand of the two biggest parties on climate change?
We are the victims of climate. So both the parties are recognizing it, but they are not discussing it as much as they should. But one thing I would say, India has taken some steps and promised the world that we will take steps. We will plant forest of to sequester carbon around 2.5 to 3 billion tons of carbon till 2030. We are going to increase our clean energy to 175 gigawatts. We are also cutting our carbon emission by 2030 to carbon emission intensity, actually, I would say 30 to 33%, 33 to 35%. So these are the steps which give you hope.
Thank you so much, Hridayesh Joshi, for your time.
Thank you very much. You're nice to be here.
If you wish to see more videos like this one, make sure you subscribe. Until next time, goodbye.